So today we're going to be doing a quick video. I'm going to be doing a mock test route with a bit of a commentary drive. So I'm just going past the Cheltenham test centre now. Obviously normally you start on the left hand side where those other learners are parked up. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a commentary drive. So this is a test route or a route which could be potentially used on the test. So going along some test roads, and I'll give you a talk through about what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, when I'm doing it, and hopefully you'll be able to see everything that I'm doing from my point of view. So coming along the test centre road here, second gear road, no need to go any quicker than 20-25 miles an hour really along here. Going to keep it nice and steady, allow the cars in the opposite direction to also make progress, whilst also making progress myself. And at the roundabout, I'm going to be going left first exit, so I'm going to check the centre and my left mirror, left indicating. Really important to look over to the right exit over there. No cars coming this way, although I have got this car coming around the roundabout. They're going down that direction. No need for me to stop and just keep the car moving. Wasn't entirely sure if that car was going to come all the way around the roundabout, hence the reason why it's just a little bit of a pause. That wouldn't be an issue. Moving out there, just come across into the other side of the road. So I've just checked the centre and the right mirror before doing that. And again, along here, I'm going to go with a bit more caution. So I'm going to check the centre mirror, check the left mirror, just bring the car to a stop. It's quite a tight gap. We want to be trying to give at least a metre to the cars parked up. So check the centre and the right mirror as I move out, making sure I'm giving good clearance to the vehicles parked on the other side of the road. Again, I'm going to keep in second gear along here, just until I can see that the road is completely opened up. Checking that centre and the left mirror as I move back across into third gear. Now the road is opened up. We now have vehicles on the other side of the road, so I'd expect vehicles coming in the opposite direction to be giving way to me. I'm going to build the speed nice up now, up into kind of closer to the 30 range. Just checking those mirrors as I do so. It's always good to check the mirrors when anything changes in the road. So checking the centre and the left mirror, checking the right mirror consistently throughout your test. I'm taking the next road on the left, so I'm going to check the centre and the left mirror. Left indicator goes on. Just checking that right mirror as I move out a little bit. Quite a tight turn this one, actually going to come down into first gear. So first gear, just bringing the clutch up nice and gently over to the accelerator just to smooth it out. Having a look into the new road, checking the right mirror, checking the centre mirror and the left mirror as I'm entering the new road. Cars parked on both sides of the road. This one, the opposite car coming, is coming a little bit quickly there, so just thought I would give them the right of way there. Checking that right mirror as I move out. Risk, hazard ahead, so dustbin lorries. With dustbin lorries we can expect workmen to be loading them up, so they may have people stepping from around the front of the vehicle, behind the vehicle, walking in the road, etc. So again here, going to keep this nice and slowly. Hazards on, he's not indicating to show that he's going to move, but I'm just going to proceed with a bit of caution. Just checking their movements. Okay, and we'll continue driving onwards. Checking that right mirror just as I move out around this silver car. At the end of the road I'm going left, so centre and left mirror. Left indicator goes on. Coming down into first gear, positioning the car over to the left, having a look to the right, nothing's there. Checking again, looking at the road ahead. I've got time to get around the blue car, centre and the right mirror to go around the blue car. Centre and left as I bring the car back across. Into second gear, nothing coming ahead, so I'm going to check the centre and the right, make sure nobody's overtaking me. And I'm going to proceed down the road, moving into third gear. Moving back across to the left, so centre and left mirror. Along here I have seen people asked to get pulled up on the right hand side of the road and reverse to car length. I have seen that a couple of times. Normally happens just outside Cheltenham Town Football Stadium, kind of near that tree. They may use that tree as a reference for you there. So yeah, pulling up on the right, reversing 2 car lengths. Just easing off my speed slightly here, just allowing that car to come through before increasing speed again. So at the end of the road, I'm going to be going left. So I'm going to check my centre and my left mirror, and I'm going to put a left indicator on now. Coming down into first gear, and I'm checking over my right shoulder, making sure nothing is coming, which it wasn't. And I'm coming towards the Pitfall Circus roundabout in second gear, checking that centre and the right mirror just as I move out slightly. At the roundabout, right third exit. This roundabout's a notorious one in Cheltenham for being quite quick. It's quite punchy. You've got to make sure you take your opportunity. So centre, right mirror, right indication. Coming down into first gear. Spot the gap. Make sure it's clear. Lovely. Keep it positioned to the inside of the roundabout, going around, checking down the final exit before indicating off left. Nice and clear today. Normally it is a little bit busier than that. So, coming along this road, I've got two ladies walking. I chose not to cross the road, which is good. Checking that centre and left mirror, centre mirror before braking. Going left at the light, centre and left mirror, left indicator on. Going to keep it in second gear. Just let the car roll around. And the examiner normally says, to help with your planning, at the next set of lights we're going to be turning right. So you can keep yourself in the right-hand lane, just check that right mirror. No need to indicate as you're in a right-only lane. However, if you feel like it is going to benefit others around you, you can put a right indicator on. Take yourself all the way up to the white line. So I'm looking at the traffic lights directly ahead of me to see when I'm going to be able to go. I'm going to put the handbrake on now, just so I can relax my right foot, get ready for the gas as well. Just got to wait for my opportunity. Just going to get the biting point set, as I feel like it will be coming relatively soon. There we go. Checking the right mirror before making the right turn. Centre and right mirror as I move out. So this is a staggered junction at the end of the road. So some examiners will say follow the road ahead, depending on what the sat nav or road signs, whatever you've got. Sat nav typically says turn right, then turn left. I would always just pop the right indicator on here just to show that you're definitely going to be going right. Checking over to the left, that's clear, and then just pop a left indicator on. So down St Paul's Road now. Lots of meet traffic situations here. It's quite difficult also to see what's actually coming in the opposite direction. Use the cars ahead. If they've come to a stop, that's normally a sign that there's potentially some traffic coming towards you. So I'm looking really far up the road. You can see that we've got some vehicles approaching. So I'm going to stop here. So I'm just going to make sure I stop before the road on the left. I can't squeeze through there, so there's no point trying to do that. And also these cars may be wanting to turn into the road here. If I moved up a little bit further there, I would have been blocking the road. Checking that centre and right mirror as I begin to move out. Again, I'm going to keep this at quite a low speed because, as you can see, probably going to have to come to a stop again. So I'm going to start moving myself just over to the left, just to try and give that other driver a little bit more room, and checking the centre and the right mirror now. And I'm looking quite far up the road there. You'll now notice that the obstructions actually have switched, so now we've got the priority. So really, the cars ahead of us should be looking at an opportunity to move in. There's gaps along here where they could move in. Again, I'm going to keep my speed low. I'm going to help them out, give them the time to get into the space that they need. With this lorry, you could expect people loading in and out of the lorry, so just again, keep it nice and slowly. Check the mirrors as you do so. Thank you very much for that learner for waiting. Taking the next road on the right, so centre, right mirror, right indicator goes on. Coming down into first gear, positioning myself over to the right. I'm going to have a look up the new road, see if there's anything that I need to be thinking about for planning for. And again, just coming off the brake pedal, clutch up onto the accelerator, get myself turned around, keeping it on our side of the road. So a few things along here then. So On your driving test, you may get asked to pull into the leisure centre where the swimming pool is opposite the Prince of Wales Stadium to complete a forward or reverse bay park. It's unlikely that you've probably been in there on your driving lessons. We're not allowed to go in there to practice, but you could be going in there on your driving test. Typically you get taken to the furthest point of the car park and asked to do a forward or reverse. Another thing along here would be the pulling over to the left-hand side. So the examiner may say to you, you can stop on the double yellow lines. That's not a trick question. That does mean that you can stop on the double yellow lines. Depends on the situation parked up here. And again, this could be a place where they either put the sat-nav on or get you to potentially follow some road signs. It just depends on the routes that you're going to be taking. Again, just keeping a look at all the mirrors. Even if I'm going in a straight line, I want to be taking in the information behind me, see what's going on, see if I need to be preparing for anything. I can't see what's coming up over the hill, so I'm going to just drop down. I can now see that there's a car. So I'm just going to position myself over to the right-hand side, giving myself good clearance to the blue car ahead of me. Centre and the right mirror as I begin to move out, keeping it at low speed. Got more cars coming up towards the road, so I'm just going to pull in again. Again, keeping my clearance good to the black car. Over to the right, so I can actually see what's coming up over the hill. Centre and the right mirror as I begin to move out, giving good clearance to cars to my left-hand side there, into second gear. Centre and left as I move back across. Just going to keep it in second gear coming down towards this mini roundabout. At the mini roundabout, we are going to be going left. So, centre and left mirror. Going to keep it rolling. Nothing is coming from my right that I need to be aware of or stop for. So we'll keep that in second gear. Centre mirror before I change gear. Try not to slow down too much for this bridge here. There's definitely enough room for two cars. It does look quite narrow, however there is plenty of room. Just don't let the speed drop too much, especially if there's nothing coming in the opposite direction there. And just watch the speed as you come down the hill here. You can see the speed can creep up quite quickly. Don't want to get caught off by that. Mini roundabout coming up. We're going to go left. So centre, left mirror, left indication. Going to come down into second gear, bringing the clutch back up before I get to the mini roundabout, so that I can get straight onto the gas, just to help the car get up and over the hill. Once I'm up, I'm now going to go for third gear just before we start coming back down, checking those mirrors. Normally you have cars parked up here on the right hand side, so it tends to push cars coming in the opposite direction quite far into our side of the road. Just be wary of that. Again, reduce your speed if you've got less space, less speed. A good example will be coming up here. We can get two cars through. We still want to make the progress, and ultimately we've got the right of way because the obstruction is on their side of the road, but you can see it's pushed me right over to the left hand side there. So I've just reduced my speed, and the examiners will be fine with that. There's no point trying to rush through gaps and put the opportunity for picking up minors or seriouses for clearance or kind of inappropriate speeds depending on the road conditions, those kinds of things. Okay, so end of the road, we are going to be going right. So I'm going to be checking that centre and that right mirror indicating right. Braking. Coming down straight into first gear, I can see that I'm more than likely going to have to stop here. See what this car's doing? That car's turning right, they've moved, they've blocked me, no opportunity for me to go. Just going to keep an eye checking left and right, looking for an opportunity to go. There is one there with that car turning, getting out nice and quickly. That would be absolutely fine on your driving test. Coming up to the tight bridge, down towards Kingsditch, going to keep it slow. No more than 20 miles an hour, 15 an absolute max really. Keeping it slow, steady, checking that left mirror just to see how close I was getting. Can get 2 cars through there. If it's easier for you to do it in first gear, do it in first gear, whatever is comfortable for you. Try not to stop. Try to keep the car moving. Worst case scenario, the worst kind of vehicles you can find along there is a lorry. You know, in that scenario, obviously do bring the car to a stop. 2 mini roundabouts coming up quite close together, not double mini roundabouts, but just 2 mini roundabouts close together. So you're going to check the centre and right mirror as I'm going right down into first gear. I'm heading down past Salco. So I'm having a looking for the opportunity to go. I'm not going to go into the roundabout because it's a little bit busy and I'll be blocking the roundabout there. Got an opportunity here though, with a blocker there. You can see that orange car should have been giving way to me. Following the road ahead here, no need to indicate. So that's a really good example, guys, of where someone will just look at the roundabout and not see what's coming. So just had to react there, had to brake slightly. Absolutely fine. We're not in the wrong there. So coming along here again, opportunities potentially to be pulled up on the left-hand side. That would be quite a difficult one potentially to have to do. It's quite a busy road along here, but I have seen it before. Checking the centre mirror before braking there, coming down into second gear. We're following the road ahead. $30 miles an hour along here. Don't get kind of pulled into the cars ahead of you, going slightly quicker than the speed limit. And then we're going to be following that road around to the right. Going to go underneath the bridge. So just braking, just help myself get around this nice and controlled. Taking the speed down to 20 miles an hour there. Increasing speed as I come out from around the corner, keeping it at 30 miles an hour. If I'm looking at the road ahead of me, I can see that I have some national speed limit road signs. So I'm going to make sure that I stay at 30 miles an hour before I get to the speed limit signs. I'm going to check that centre mirror before I start increasing speed. I'm now in the 60. So going to start increasing. Going to use all of third gear to help me get up to some speed here first before changing into fourth. Once I'm at a nice cruising speed, around about that 45 to 50, down into fourth gear. Again, keep trying to increase the speed. Try and get yourself over 50 miles an hour. Obviously depends on what you've got in front of you. That will dictate what kind of speed you can do. 40 mile an hour zone, so checking that centre mirror before braking, bringing the speed down to 40. Don't want it to drop too much. Obviously again here I'm slightly dictated by the traffic in front of me on what I can do. If this was clear along here, I'd be looking to try and keep it between that 35 to 40. You can get marked down on your driving test for not making enough progress, i.e. going too slow. Naturally very easy to do that, you know, it's stressful potentially. First time doing your driving test, you want to go a little bit more cautiously. Just be wary of how cautious you do go. So at the traffic lights here, I'm going right, so I'm going to come down into third gear, then I'm going to check my centre and my right mirror. Right indicator goes on. I'm not going to move over to the right just yet. Now I am checking that right mirror. Now going to come down into second gear, checking my mirrors all the time through here. Lights are still green, going to keep the car moving. Nice controlled speed, we'll get through that on an amber. Checking the centre and the right mirror, moving into the left-hand lane here. Got a merged traffic lane to my right, so I'm going to check the centre and the right mirror before I decide to move back across. Now, the speed limit along here at the moment when I'm recording this, which is April 2026, is a 40. It was a 30 for a long time whilst they were putting in the cycle path. However, it is now a 40. A little bit confusing when you're coming in the opposite direction at the moment because it actually says 30. So I'm just following the road signs that I've got in front of me at the moment, which is telling me it's a 40 mile an hour. There's a little bit of debate at the moment in terms of what the actual speed limit is along here. Used to be a 60 road, so it does feel very slow when you're doing 30, 40 miles an hour along here, but just make sure you keep at the speed limit. Temporary traffic lights at the moment, checking that centre right mirror before I move out. I came down in second gear there, just because I could see we had a bit of queue in traffic. Centre and left mirror. Going to move into third gear now, just as we start to come down the hill. Again, I'm keeping it nice and controlled. I don't need to be getting up to 40 miles an hour, not whilst we've got roadworks going on. And I'm going to check the centre and the left mirror, make sure it's safe to move over to the left-hand side again. I'm going to start increasing the speed now as the traffic starts to clear ahead of me. You can see that they're braking at the moment, the cars ahead. So again, not going to rush into that. Checking my mirrors all the time. So, coming up to the racecourse roundabout here. We're going to go right third exit. It's signposted towards the town centre. So I'm going to want to move myself into the right-hand lane, and I am going to put a right indicator on so that I'm going around the roundabout. And I'm going to come down into second gear. Looking at the roundabout, taking all that speed off gives me the time to have a look. Anything coming from the right? No, it's not. So let's just keep it moving into the inside lane. Going all the way around, that's exit number 2, the final exit that we want before ours. Indicating off left, having a look, checking the left mirrors. I'm going to be taking the next road on the left there. Car in front's moving a little bit slow, so I'm just having to brake here. I'm going to take Hill Court Road on the left-hand side. So centre, left mirror, braking. I'm going to come down in second, nice and early. Be wary of the cycle path and the zebra crossing. So I'm checking my mirrors again, seeing if there's any cyclists, any pedestrians. No, that's fine, so I can continue onwards. Hill Court Road used an awful lot around Cheltenham for driving instructors and the test. Could be asked to do a parallel park, which I suspect that learner is doing just there. Emergency stop also along here. Pull over on the right, reverse 2 car lengths also along here, or just general stopping on the left-hand side. Used quite a lot along here. You often see learners practicing. At the end of this road here, I'm going to be going right. So I'm going to check the centre and the right mirror. The right indication goes on. Braking, and I do come into first gear just because it's quite closed. It's a good job I did come down into first gear and come to a stop. Checking both directions again. Check over to the right and just one final look over to the left before I merge out onto the road. Checking that centre mirror as I'm up into a new road. I want to see what's going on behind me. I want to take in that information. Okay, lovely. So here we are going to come to a stop. We have to give way to the traffic coming in the opposite direction. So I'm going to come down into first gear there, and I'm going to give way to the vehicles coming in the opposite direction. You can see it's clear now, so I'm going to check that centre right mirror as I move out to the right. You'll notice that on the left-hand side that cyclists have got a gap to go through. So it's important we check the centre and the left mirror before we move back across. Make sure it's safe to do so. We've got another traffic calming measure ahead of us. Looking at the road signs and the text underneath the road sign, we have to give the priority. I'm going to check the centre and the right mirror before I move out. I have got enough time here to make it before that black car, so centre and the right mirror, centre and the left as I move back across. As soon as that car gets to around about that bus stop there, that's when I'd be thinking of stopping if I was back waiting there. It's very easy for you to misjudge it and potentially slow that other car down. Make sure you're 100% happy that you're going to have the time to get through that traffic calming measure before you commit to it. So coming back now, we've got probably about a minute left of driving before we get back to the test centre, checking that centre mirror before changing down, checking centre right before I move out into the middle of the road. The road is quite narrow here, but it starts to widen up as you get down further towards the roundabout. Centre and the left mirror, and then centre and the right mirror. That cyclist that just came out of there, I don't know if you would have seen that, that's a prime example of why we check the centre and the left. He just came out from behind that parked car. Centre and the left, centre and the right, you know the drill by now. So coming up to the roundabout, we are following the road ahead, second exit. Don't put a left indicator on now, it looks like you're going left first exit. Going to give the cyclist a little bit more room, checking the centre mirror as I begin braking and changing down. Looking at the roundabout, it's looking nice and clear once again. That is the exit before ours, so I'm going to check it down there and pop a left indicator on. And I'm just going to flick my left indicator off. Now, it's a difficult one with this cyclist. Do I have the opportunity to go around him? I do, so I'm going to check the centre and the right mirror. I'm just going to move out slightly, going to give him plenty of space into second gear. Check the centre and the left mirror, make sure I've given him the room that he needs before moving back across to the left-hand side there. Okay, we're not going to pull up outside the test centre because there could be people coming back or starting their tests. I'm just going to follow the road ahead. But obviously here, you could potentially be asked to pull over on the left-hand side there and finish your driving test. No, I'm going to keep on going down here and I'll find somewhere on the left to pull up. I hope that video has been helpful today. If you've got any questions about anything around Cheltenham or anything you'd like me to go over again, be more than happy to do so. Just let me know.